Imagine if there was an app like Cursor, but 10 times simpler. This is Pythagora, a new vibe coding app that can build anything. Unlike other apps that are way too limited, Pythagora gives you all the tools necessary to build production-ready apps that you can turn into a real business. In this video, I'll show you just that. The first step is go to pythagora.ai and create an account. Once you do that, you'll see this big white button in the top right corner that says Open Pythagora. Click that, which will get you into the IDE. So as you can see, Pythagora is actually built on top of VS Code, which means we have all the features that you might find inside of Cursor, but in the web browser, and it's much easier to use. Let me show you. So we start with a single prompt. I prepared a pretty detailed prompt right here, and I'm just gonna send it. And with a single prompt like that, Pythagora can take care of the rest. First, it starts writing the specs. This is one big file, aka the full specification file, which is basically like the main direction for the AI. So what I'm trying to build is like QuickBooks, but for AI papers. There's no app that's like a QuickBooks, right? Where it takes like a 60-page paper and puts it into a 5-minute read. That's what I'm building right now. And with Pythagora, it's very, very easy. So for my single prompt, it created this detailed spec file that is optimized for LLMs to build upon. So of course, you can make any changes to it if you want. You can view it in plain Markdown if you want. Or if you're happy with it, you can just click on yes and continue to the first step, which is building the front end. So Pythagora is actually really well structured in terms of it doesn't try to do everything at once. Instead, it works in these stages. So obviously first it started with the spec file, but then it starts building the front end. So if we actually go to the left right here, we can see the tasks section. And this is very nice UI where you can see how Pythagora thinks about the project. So the epic one or the stage one is defining the project scope, and it broke down into 2 tasks: write app specifications and define epics and tasks. Now we're moving on to stage 2. And this is perhaps the biggest difference of Pythagora versus all the other vibe coding apps. It's that it focuses on the full experience. It doesn't just try to get you to do a flashy MVP in 2 seconds. A lot of apps can do that. Pythagora instead focuses on the full development process. If I had to say, this really is designed to get your app into production, to get your app ready, working, fixing all the bugs. It helps you do all the steps that actually are not as flashy. Since Pythagora is actually built on the VS Code browser version, you can do all the things that you would do in VS Code right here from your browser. This is the real power. The easiest way to describe Pythagora is like something between Cursor and bold and lovable and all stuff. It's something in the middle, right? I think it really is trying to hit that sweet spot of something that doesn't limit you, but you can still use it in plain English. All right, so the APIs were finished and now it's building the pages. So the home page is also done, and now it's building the admin login page. And we can see the files here and we can actually explore them. So let's see app.tsx, boom. You can open it in the code editor, see the diff, see what changed. You actually own all of the code that you built with Pythagora. Okay, so now we can actually start the app, or it's starting itself. So on the left, you can click View App, and let's see what our V1 looks like. There it is, Research Papers Hub. All right, so all labs, we can choose between MIT, Stanford, Carnegie Mellon. Okay, so this is our homepage. We already have, wow, that's pretty nice. We already have dark mode and light mode introduced. Okay, and here we have some papers. Nice hover UI, look at this. It's very nice front end. Okay, so in terms of the first version, this is not bad at all. And if you want to see how this looks like in full screen, you can hover right here on this drop down, open in a tab, open. This is full screen, so yeah, looks good. All the main functionality still works. There's a very secure off layer in the middle between the front end and the back end where Pythagora handles the security for you. So this is yet another thing that differentiates this tool from all the rest, is that it actually is secure and it handles the authentication for you. But notice that so far, I've only sent a single prompt. Everything else was done by Pythagora in a structured manner. So once you're happy with the front end, you can click, I'm done building the UI. So it asks you, do you want any changes? It really tries to work with you, right? You know, you can type in English, you can interrupt it, or you can just click the buttons and work with the changes. So I'm gonna click, I'm done building the UI, because honestly, this is not bad at all. I think this is pretty solid. So let's see the tasks view, what it looks like, right? Front end is working, we're working on that. And this is very nice view to see, like, to give you a better overview of what's happening. And again, you can always visit the spec file and review that, update that. Let's say you don't like the header, you don't want that to be header, you can just delete that. Easy, right? And then you can save that, and Pythagora will know that you made some changes, and it will work with those changes going forward. Okay, so yes, let's build the backend. That's the next step. So only after you're happy with the front end, it's gonna do the backend. You know, if the light mode, dark mode toggle was broken, we would first fix that before moving to the backend. Again, a lot of the other vibe coding apps, they don't work in this strategic way. They try to rush it. They try to like do everything at once, which if you are a programmer, you know that's a recipe for disaster. The correct way is doing one thing, testing if that thing works, doing the second thing. So here we can see exactly that. It tells you, man, this is my favorite feature. It tells you, the human, how you should test the app before proceeding, right? So this is such an obvious feature if you think about it, but no other vibe coding app has it. Telling the user, the human, how to test it. If this is a website that's going to be used by humans, it needs to be tested by humans as well. So let's see, it gave us 2 tests to do. First of all, open the register page. So we actually see the direct link. And when you click on these steps, you get more detailed results. So let's register. I'm going to do a simple email. David@vectel.ai, admin123, very secure, I know. Create account. Account successfully created. Okay, this works. Let's test the login page now. So I'm gonna click here, so load the login page, and let's do David@vectel.ai, admin123, and this should hopefully log us in. Login successful. Amazing. So both tests passed, so we can click on everything works. Let's see our tasks, how it looks like. So we're in the epic 3, aka stage 3, and we can see that we have some more stages laid out. So this is really, really nice. You can have a better understanding of where you are in the process instead of like being left in the dark, which, you know, personally, I don't like that when the AI tool doesn't communicate and doesn't work with the user. By the way, this is update v2, which just came out. Actually, I got early access because Pythagora was kind enough to sponsor this video. But when I release this video, this update is live. So if you're seeing this video on the same day that it was uploaded, it means that Pythagora v2 just released. So this software is constantly evolving, and it really is made as the vibe coding tool that takes you through the entire process. So if you are someone who wants to get into vibe coding and you want to avoid all the security issues and all of the flaws and all the limitations of the other tools, Pythagora is the way to go. It's not as complicated as Cursor or Windsurf. It is still very easy to use. You can still use it only by typing in plain English. So again, go to pythagora.ai and try it yourself. Don't take my word for it. Just give it 10 minutes and you'll see that this tool has potential. Alright, so now it wants to start task number 2. Update user model with isAdmin flag and create admin user script. Okay, so do you want to execute it above task? Yes. Obviously, you can skip any task if you don't want it, or you can click edit and update the task. You have all the control, but again, the UI is very simple. Update user model, create admin. So it breaks it down into 5 steps. This is just good prompt engineering, right? Rather than trying to do everything at once, breaking it down into smaller steps and doing each of those steps at once. And you can also toggle this mode. I like this a lot. Errors only. So sometimes if you're looking at the front-end logs or back-end logs, it can be very intimidating, right? Like there could be hundreds of lines. But if you want to only see an error, boom, errors only. And here we can clearly see the different errors. This is the way to introduce beginners to software development, right? It's not trying to abstract away all these tools and hide that from you. No, it's by making the UI and UX simpler so that you can learn these tools and actually think like a developer would. All right, so now we need to test the app again. So let's click on View App. And Pythagora gave us 5 steps to do. So let's see. Run admin creation script. Open your terminal. Okay, so this is actually some terminal work. And don't be scared because Pythagora is built on top of VS Code. So we can just do Command J or Control J if you're on Windows to open the built-in terminal. And copy the command, which is npm run create admin. Okay, boom, let's copy that. Let's run it. We need to allow the paste. All right, so admin@example.com, password 123. Let's try to remember that. Enter. We do have some errors. So I'm going to copy this. Let's toggle chat mode. The difference is that in chat mode, you're asking questions. You're not building app. Every serious AI app needs a chat mode. I got the error above when running the command you gave me. What went wrong and how can I fix it? Answer in short. Boom. Let's send that. Okay, super fast response. Nice. So it seems like package.json is missing. Okay, so I'm going to switch from chat mode. I'm going to say I got the following error. Space this in. Please fix it. Okay, and then this is nice. This is the bug hunting mode. So as I said, unlike other tools, Pythagora doesn't try to hide the bugs from you. No matter how good of a programmer you are, bugs are inevitable. And instead of trying to pretend they're not, the right approach is giving you the tools to solve it. So this bug hunting mode is exactly that. So finding a way to reproduce the bug, the user ran the command, yep. Okay, so now it's gonna try to reproduce it. And it did create that file, seems like. Package.json, it was missing. Okay. Solution, we need to create a root level package.json file that creates admin. Okay. And seems like it did that. So now let's try again. I'm gonna once again open the terminal. Let's copy the same command. Boom. Let's type in clear and send it. We still get an error. We might not be in the right directory. We actually have the bugs detected right here. These are different ones. So you can either click fix all or just describe it. We still get an error. Are you sure we're in the right directory? Please help me understand what this error is and how we can solve it. Answer in short. Looking at the error, the issue is clear. Yeah, package.json. Run the command from the server directory. Okay. Yeah, then it gives us the command we should run. We were not in the right directory as expected. All right. So let's clear again and let's do this. Yeah, okay, so we need to cd the paper briefs folder and then we can run the command. This is why having all the VS Code features is useful, because you can see the file structure. You can see, okay, the server is right here. It told us to run the server, but we were in the workspace directory. You can easily see that. We need to be in paper briefs. So now, fingers crossed, this should work. We got a different error, but this is good. This means we're progressing. So I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna say, good news. We have a different error, which means we're making progress. Explain what this error is and tell me how to fix it. Answer in short. Actually, instead of like saying tell me how to fix it, I can say and fix it. Why would I fix it myself when I can just have Pythagora fix it? Come on, 2025. AI agents are there. Okay, indicates that MongoDB role undefined solution environment file exists, but create admin script isn't loading it properly. Okay, so now it's making some changes. So it also tells you the expected result. So if you're a beginner to debugging and, you know, the terminal, you might not know what the expected result is. But luckily the bug hunter mode is designed to do that. So let's run it again. Boom, terminal, it's clear, boom. Okay, there we are. Admin created successfully. So we have the email, we have our password 123. Amazing. So this worked. So I can say this worked. What is the next step? Okay, so let's look at our task. Let's see where we are. Okay, implement login, and then we should start on this. Actually, we are working on this. Update task 2 in stage 3. I am done testing. Okay, so let's confirm that. Yes, the issue is fixed. Okay, let's complete the other steps. Check admin user in database. Open your terminal and run the following query. Let's copy that. I should probably ask it from which, I'm going to do chat mode. From which folder should I run this query? From any directory. Okay. So let's do that. Let me type in clear again. Command not found. So let's turn off chat mode. Let's see the instructions a bit more. The query should return a document with the user's details. Okay, well, I'm gonna copy this. When testing step 2, I got an error. Help me understand what is wrong and please fix it for me. Answer in short. So let's see, finding a way to reproduce the bug. Problem is that the user doesn't have the MongoDB command line Mongo installed. So these are some terminal tests and these are some in-app tests. So it's a good combination of technical stuff and actually working with the UI. Action run npm. Okay. So it simplifies that. Instead of using the Mongo command. Let me copy this one. A more reliable way to verify. Okay. So let's do that. Boom, enter. And the admin is found. Okay, good. So that's good. Yeah, it was a password 123 or something. I'm gonna say good. I ran this script and it worked. The next step it told us was login as admin. So let's go to the login page. And man, I really like this, the links built in. I need to use these. No. Interesting. Invalid admin credentials. All right. We're just gonna tell it that we're having trouble logging in. Okay, maybe it changed that. Let's see, bug detected. Yeah. So I just clicked fix all, super easy. And let's see how Pythagora fixes it. The problem. The admin login component has hard-coded mock credentials. Okay. The frontend shows where the problem is. So I guess this was remaining from when we were frontend only. So now, since we have some backend, we obviously want to handle off in the backend. Okay, found the bug. I'm attempting to fix it. Let's see. Please test the app again. Use your admin creations. Okay, so we should use the ones we actually created through the script. So that is admin@example.com. Sign in. And there's unexpected error. So let's see which of these it is. This one. Syntax error. So I'm gonna focus on this error. Fix error. It's probably just a simple change. Unexpected characters. But again, it's a different bug than we encountered, which is good. If you're seeing different errors, you're making progress. And in Pythagora, you have all the tools to fix the bugs and errors. I need human intervention. Interesting. Copy free generated secret values from the console output and replace. Okay, this is interesting. It basically gave us a side quest. So let's see. Let's go into server and env file right here. And it needs us to replace these. Copy the free This is very nice. Like, this is very impressive. It asks the human. It recognizes where it needs the human and it asks to do something. Okay, so we need to copy these free. So here's the first one. It should be the your access token. Okay, there it is. Save. Actually separate these for visibility. Then refresh token should be the second one. Let's copy that. There we are. Refresh token. Paste in. And last but not least is the session token. Session secret. Boom. Save. So I'm gonna say I did it. The env is now updated. So yeah, we need to do this. We need to go back into our app. So let's click on the left Pythagora icon. Let's click on the app. We need to go to the login page. Anyways, let's try again. Let me double check. Okay, we should probably sign in. No, we still get an error. Let's see. Let's click fix all. And let's have Pythagora fix these errors. Okay, so now it gives us a new script. Let me put this here. Just so I parse it. Okay, open terminal, clear. Okay, so we had some bugs, but after reloading the page and also using this button, like if you get stuck, you can use the button on your message. So for example, you know, when there's like a yes message, you can reload this and that oftentimes solves the problem. Or another tip is view app, restart, another helpful thing that can help you, or just reload the entire app if needed. But now everything works. I tested these, it worked. I showed you through the terminal, but also the page, like the register page rejects it. So let's start on the next task. Implement create lab API endpoint. So let's review our spec again. Let's look at the tasks. Okay, we're in the stage 4. So we completed the first 3 stages. Now implementing CRUD operations for research lab, including API endpoints for admin lab management. Okay, we should be using the RSS feeds mainly. So perhaps we can skip this step. Let's see what's happening here. And it's, by the way, it's detecting bugs proactively. That's very nice. All right, let's see. It did those changes. Is it gonna ask me to test something? It's still working. It's kind of impressive, like the amount of work that Pythagora does per each user intervention or per each user prompt. Like really, the main thing I did was, you know, send the first prompt, which was quite detailed to be honest, but that's, if you want to build something, it's worth sitting down for 5 minutes and writing that down. But then just like following its instructions, describing if I have a bug, like what is wrong. Don't just say like we have a bug, fix it. Just say like how did it occur? What happened right before the bug? You know, anything you can give it to help you solve it. Determining how to test the app. Okay, nice. So now it's going to give me testing instructions. So we have the credentials for the admin. See, oh, improve the UI as well. Okay, adminexample.com, password 123. Okay, let's go here. Admin dashboard. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we should see this. Add new research lab model. I'm not sure if we're in the right place because here this looks different, the admin portal. Okay, so perhaps we need to describe that. Oh, okay, there it is. Okay. What happened there? Let's look at the logs. Front end. when I go to the admin login and actually log in, instead of redirecting me to the admin dashboard, it redirects me back to the normal login page for normal users, not admin. So make sure that after logging in through the admin panel, I can access the admin dashboard and I do not get redirected to the normal login page. Do not change anything else. Please test the app again. Okay, so let's go to the login page. Oh, nice, okay. admin@example.com, password 123, sign in. Okay, we didn't get redirected. Nice, we're in the dashboard. So I'm gonna say, wait, let's scroll up a bit. Okay. Yeah, so I'm in the, okay, so I'll say, good, we have fixed the redirect issue. I can now access the dashboard. However, inside of the admin dashboard, I do not see the button that says add new research lab. Make sure to fix this. Do not do anything else. Okay, okay. So this is very important signs. The logs might tell us what happened. Yeah, so I saw the page. We're making progress for sure because I saw the page with the buttons, but then I got redirected back. Let me try and log in again here. See? Okay. Wait. Let's try to spot what that message is. It says something at the bottom. Let's try to spot what it is. Login successfully. Wait, what did it say? I saw some like red warning message. Let's see. Error fatal dashboard. Boom. Screenshot. Okay, we are in, I guess. Wait, we are in. Let's click on add research lab. What are the testing instructions for this step? Okay, we can do test lab and then https example.com/rss add lab. Invalid expired token. Let's see the logs. I think the fix all should be our best bet here. I should probably say I'm done testing with this. This bug is fixed. Okay, that's my bad. Yeah, so when you fix the bug, make sure to mark it as complete. Then we get back to the tests. Okay, so it simplified the steps for us a bit. That's nice. Boom. Admin password 1234. Login successful. Okay, now, whoa, wait a minute. This is good. We can actually see these paper summaries that we didn't see before. So let's try again. MIT AI News. I'm just copying these from Perplexity. These are the official RSS feeds. Add lab. Okay. Wait, this is a breakthrough. This is huge. So we have total labs 1. There it is. MIT loop. Okay. Research labs. Add lab modal. Yes, menu lab. Add lab. No, this is good. Let's see view papers. Okay. I think these are probably the mock data from the front end. But this is good. View papers. Interesting. Are these the same? I think, wait. Advanced neural network architecture. This might be the same mock data, right? Okay, yeah, so that's fine. We can fix that. But I'm going to say I'm done testing. Yes, the issue is fixed. So verify lab in a list. View lab details. Delete the research lab. Okay, let's delete one. And it actually did delete it. Okay. Everything works. Let's continue. Congratulations, you've reached 60% of your project generation. For now, you've created 111 files and a total of 9,623 lines of code. Before continuing, Pythagora will create some documentation for the project. Guys, this is very impressive. Creating the README file, something that's 95%, I think like all other vibe coding apps just do not do. Take the time to, first of all, like congratulate you for the progress, give you a summary of the total amount of files and lines of code, but most importantly, creating documentation for your project. That just goes to show that this app is really made for long-term success. It's not optimized for, like to shock you in the first 5 minutes. It's optimized to help you actually get your idea into production and to keep working on it in the coming days and weeks, not to just abandon it like most MVPs, right? So this is the next task, implement RSS feed monitoring, yes. So now this is gonna actually retrieve the data from these RSS feeds instead of using our mock data in the front end. Okay, so what needs to be implemented? Backend models, backend routes, dependencies. It's working. We've made some solid progress. Before we were battling with some bugs, but now we're making solid progress. Also the knowledge base. This is something we haven't yet looked at. So here you can see your API endpoints and the implemented pages. This is basically a simpler overview of your code base and what is active, what is the main stuff that you should understand. Alright, anyways, we should probably go back into our app, or actually Pythagora opens it autonomously. I'm waiting for the instructions. That's something I really like gives you the instructions to the user how to test it. This is like, it's a simple thing, but it's very important for the vibe coding app. Because you, the human, are the tester, right? So it changed a lot of files. See, like plus 200 lines of code, plus 160. Big changes. Now it's determining how to test the app. Okay, let's continue on the stage 5, task 1. So we need to implement the RSS feeds. Looking at this task, I need to implement a complete RSS feed monitoring system with paper detection and AI summary generation. So yeah, we might need to provide the API key. So let's, I guess, do that in the meantime. To get the, we're using OpenAI here, you know, GPT-4o or 4.1, doesn't matter. But basically, here is what you need to do. Platform.openai.com. So go to platform.openai.com and log in with the same account you're using for ChatGPT. So in the top right, just log in. If you don't see your profile picture, means you're not logged in. Once you do that, click on your profile, go to your profile, go to the left, find API keys, click on that, and click on create new secret key. I'm going to name it Pythagora v2, because that's what this is about. Create secret key, and I guess we're going to have this prepared for when it needs the user input. Let's see at what stage it's now. Installing required dependencies. In the meantime, here is a Perplexity search I did to get a bunch of RSS feeds we can actually use. So we have Google AI, we have OpenAI, we have MIT News for AI, we have Archive, Berkeley AI Research. So I think these 5 already would be really good. And this will give us plenty of data to summarize and turn into just 5-minute reads, right? Like a complex research paper, which if you're busy, you probably don't have time to read like 50 pages, 70 pages, stuff like that, right? This is why I'm building the app. Like legit, I'm just building it for myself and I'm solving my own problem. All right, so we need to go to the admin login again. Beautiful, Pythagora. Oh, page under construction. Interesting, so I'm gonna copy this, paste it in here. When I went into the admin logging page, I got the following error. Page under construction. Make sure to fix this. Do not do anything else. Let's see what bug it's detecting. Oh, maybe this is the issue. Cannot find module OpenAI. But how would that impact the front end though? Let's look at the logs. Errors only. That's the backend. Okay, let's do fix all. Let's see if that's the issue. We will need to provide the API key, which we do have loaded. But I don't know. Alright, so there it is. Obtain a valid OpenAI API key. Replace it. Okay, so again, let's go to our environment file in here. Boom, env file. We're not going to use Anthropic. I mean, we can, but I don't see reason. So anyways, I'm pasting my OpenAI API key. Do not share your API keys with anybody. I'm going to delete mine before releasing this video. Treat them as passwords, okay? It's very important. Pythagora is focused on security and safety of your code base, right? It's handling authentication, the login basically into your app. So do not be reckless. Like that's the biggest mistake you can make as a vibe coder. Be reckless, not put any thought into security and getting hacked. When I try to open the app, I get the following error. Unexpected, and then the 2 characters. Focus on fixing this error only. Do not do anything else. Because we have a lot of other errors, but we need to focus on the one preventing us from testing these steps. Okay, it says it found the bug. Let's see if that's the case. A lot of the times AI models can be over eager. Oh, but we do see it. Wait, this is actually good. Okay, let me do white mode. Let's try again. So homepage works. Let's do admin login now. So is this the admin login? Just making sure. Oh, there we go. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. We are in our admin dashboard. We have the 2 labs from before. Okay, so I can say I'm done testing. Yes, the issue is fixed. So where were we? Add a new research lab, right? Okay. Since we have what, OpenAI in archive, let's add a different one. Right, let me open Perplexity here. Let's add the Google AI block, why not? So add a new research lab, we're testing this step, right? Boom. I'm gonna add this exact URL, RSS feed, add lab. Okay, 3 total labs, let's scroll down. Close this pop-up. View papers. View lab edition editor. Click on fill in says invalid URL. Okay, we can probably skip some of these testing steps, like there's 9 steps. But I want to test if it actually works. Adding the labs works. When I add a new lab, I can see it underneath research labs, and I can see the lab name and the URL. However, I don't think we're pulling the RSS feeds properly, because when I click on see all papers or view papers, it doesn't load any papers from those labs. So investigate this specific issue and implement a clean and minimal fix. Do not change anything else. Update the homepage header by adding a clear button for the admin login. This button should redirect the user to the admin login page. Do not do anything else. This will make testing a lot simpler for us. Maybe I should have done this at the start actually. Yeah, just a way to access the admin login to manage it better. Okay, very nice. Admin login. Is this the URL though? Okay, it actually, nice, very nice. Pythagora did exactly what I wanted there. So, first of all, let's maybe delete the OpenAI one. Delete. Okay, we had the confirmation, that's good, that works. Let's re-add OpenAI again, OpenAI blog. Okay, so we go add research lab. Copy the RSS feed URL exactly, add lab. So, this should scrape 10 papers. OpenAI blog, view papers. We don't see them yet. Let's see. Add lab, new lab. Okay, that works. No papers should be saved for the... Okay, well, that is correct. I'm done testing. This issue has been fixed. But we need to still get the first 10 papers. I need to remind it of that step. Focus on making this step work. Because right now, when I add a new research lab, we do not scrape their RSS feed, which means I cannot see the research papers. Focus on fixing this. Do not do anything else. Because it's proactively detecting some other bugs and I don't want it to be distracted. We have some bugs though, so maybe we should pay attention to the logs more. Okay, let's do fix all. I think that's a button I haven't used enough. It's actually a pretty OP button inside of Pythagora. We're getting some errors. Maybe I should remove the OpenAI and Google one to not have it distracted and just focus on the archive one. Okay, so these are the steps we need to focus on now. The login works, but it's the scraping. Okay, what happens if we open the RSS? This is what happens when we open it. This is the issue. The RSS feed is empty. So it's not our problem. The problem is this RSS feed doesn't have any papers. Let's try maybe Google. Okay, this looks better. Alright, so it seems like the Google one actually works. So that was an issue with the archive one being empty. It's not our issue. That's good. I should have checked the URL sooner. That's my bad. So let's go into the app and let's do it again, but with Google one instead. I'm gonna delete the archive one because that one is empty. Because it's the weekend. Maybe that's the problem. They only release on the weekdays. Okay, that's a minor oversight. But anyways, this one, we tested. It has content in there. So let's click on add lab. Oh, papers one. Let's see. Let's see. View papers. Optimizing LLM-based trip planning. From June 6th, so that's like 14 days ago. very recent. So status visible, let's see. This is the admin dashboard. This is good. This is major progress. So, verify. Okay, I'm done testing. Yes, we fixed this issue. And then we need to generate the AI summary. Okay. Well, let's view the public site. Okay, wait. We have it in here. All right, start app. Okay, let's see. Did the AI summary work? So here is the paper. I do see the paper on the home page. However, when I click it, the AI summary doesn't load. Nothing loads on that page. So make sure that in the backend, the moment a paper is pulled, we use the OpenAI API to create a summary, very concise summary, just 2 short paragraphs of that paper or article, which is what we display on the front end. Focus on fixing this specific issue. Do not do anything else. Okay, so here we are, total papers, Google Research, view papers. We don't have the generate AI summary, but we should do this approach, I agree. Make sure to update our backend and our admin dashboard so that once there are visible papers, next to each paper, you add generate AI summary button. When the user clicks this, we will contact the OpenAI API to generate a concise 2-paragraph summary of that article, research paper, or blog post. Do not do anything else. I also did a quick Perplexity search to get the latest documentation of OpenAI API. But this is actually a good idea, having the generate summary button like on this paper, so we can generate it right here. Like the admin can generate it in the admin dashboard. I think that makes more sense. And it lets us like isolate the issue instead of trying to automate everything. View papers. Oh, wait, this is new. Maybe let's refresh here. We can test it here, that's better. Better to test on the full screen app. So, has summary, generate summary, let's click this. I mean, that was fast. Let's go back to the dashboard. Let's go back to the public site. Is this a generated summary? Because this doesn't really load. Okay, maybe this works, but... Okay, let's actually reload. This is good progress, but the front end isn't loading the summary. The next issue is that the front end doesn't really load the paper. I do see the research paper summaries on the home page, but when I click on one of the papers, it doesn't load anything. It gets stuck in the loading. We need to make sure that this actually does load the AI generated summary. Focus on fixing this. It needs to pull from the backend. Make sure the front end can properly communicate with the backend and actually load the title of the research paper or article and the AI generated summary. Focus on fixing this only. Do not do anything else. Because in the admin login, it seems like we are getting the summary. I'm still not sure if that's actually LLM generated. That's why I would like to change the prompt. See, it says has summary here. This feels like it works, but I need to confirm it. Let's go back. Okay, wait a second. We might have cracked the issue. This research paper focuses on optimizing trip planning. This feels like it works. We just need to confirm where in our backend the prompt is. Okay. So let me expand. I'm going to switch to chat and we'll say, where in our backend is the prompt for the AI generated summary defined? Where do we define the prompt of telling the instructions to AI how to summarize the research papers? Tell me which file it's in. Answer in short. Okay, I'm gonna do this. LLM service. Alright, so here we are. First of all, we should be using GPT 4.1, not GPT 4. And the prompt is there. Where is the prompt defined? Prompt. Create prompt. Create prompt for LLM. Create summary prompt. Let's investigate this. Oh, there we are. I'm gonna do something drastic just to confirm everything works. I'm gonna say, make sure to start your prompt with GPT 4.1 summary. Your prompt must, not prompt, your output. Your output must always start with this exact string. Okay, save. I saved the prompt. Now I'm gonna restart the app. Right now I want to see if the AI follows our new prompt, because that's like what last step I need to confirm if everything works. So we have the papers, view papers. Oh, it works. GPT-4.1 summary. There you go. Let's go to the public site. There we are. Yes. This research paper focuses on optimizing trip planning usage using large language models and algorithms developed by Google Research. The main contribution lies in enhancing the efficiency and accuracy of trip planning, processed through advanced computation techniques. This research is crucial as it can revolutionize the way individuals plan their trips, saving time and effort while ensuring a more precise, optimized travel experience. Okay, so then it gets cut off because we have a hard limit, but we can fix that. But I'm gonna reload here, and I'm gonna say the bug has been fixed, because now I know that GPT 4.1 is generating the summary. That's great. So let me summarize. We've been able to use Pythagora to build a full stack app where anybody can read AI-generated summaries of articles, blog posts, research papers that otherwise would take you maybe 30 minutes, an hour to read. Personally, I'm a slow reader, so I need this for myself. And then there's an admin dashboard where if you are the admin, you can access it, right, with this login we have, and you can manage which research labs are available, which papers from those labs are showing, and this gets reflected on the public site that anybody can see. And this is a full stack app, right? We have login, we have authentication, we have AI integration through OpenAI API, we have summary, we have RSS feed scraping. There's a lot, and it was built with Pythagora with plain English, right? And we gave it one prompt at the start. Then obviously we had to work with it, but the beauty of Pythagora is that it really tries to work with you. It doesn't exclude you from the process by trying to do everything autonomously, AI agents, right? This is not the reality currently of AI. Maybe in 3 years, maybe in 4 years, the AI agents can do everything. They can test the actions in the browser, stuff like that. But not today. And Pythagora understands that, and they really build something that's in between Cursor and Windsurf, and like, you know, Bolt and Lovable and V0, all that stuff. They've built something that gives you all the tools to solve the bugs, to build a full stack app, to deploy it without the hype. So this is like a gap in the market that Pythagora was able to fill. And again, if you want to try it yourself, just go to pythagora.ai. If you're watching this the day the video releases, it means that Pythagora 2.0 has been released. As you can see right now, I got early access, but right now Pythagora 2.0 isn't publicly available. But when you see this, it's just released. So go to pythagora.ai and give it a shot. Surely you have some idea of an app you would like to exist, or just try to replicate an app you currently enjoy and like, and you'll be shocked how easy it is to build with Pythagora. So again, go to pythagora.ai. Thank you to Pythagora team for sponsoring this video, and thank you to everyone for watching, and I wish you a wonderful, productive week. See ya.